Hey folks, we're back again, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Nitecore EDC17 flashlight. And this is going to probably be a replacement for something I've carried a long time, but I'm not sure yet. So maybe by the end of this video, we'll have a final determination. But is it the Streamlight Wedge killer? Pretty dramatic, right? That's the question we have. Is it going to replace my Streamlight Wedge that I have carried for a very, very long time? And as you can see here, the wear on this thing is pretty significant. I don't know, maybe you can see some of that. There are some people that pay a lot of money to get that battle-worn look on rifles and flashlights and knives and all kinds of stuff. This was hard-earned just by using it every day for very benign tasks. So with all that being said, we're going to take a look at the EDC17 by Nitecore. I've had this thing for a few weeks now, and to give you a better look at what we're talking about, it has similar style to the Wedge. It has similar style to the Wedge. I mean, that's the only way I know how to put it. It's a very flat utility light, and I will call this a utility flashlight, right? This is not a tactical flashlight. This is not a defensive flashlight. This is not something you're going to take into some sort of a situation where you need the most lumens, the most simple operation, etc. This is a daily beater flashlight that you can use for looking for keys, to navigating at night, making sure you don't step on a snake, etc. Now, here's one caveat. You can do all those things with this flashlight, and we're going to get into some of the features here in a minute, but it can also do a few more things. And what I mean by that is this thing has two other functions built in that go beyond your normal white light, and that's where I really see the added value here. So just looking at the fit and function and formality and all that good stuff, it has a nice flat profile, as we mentioned earlier. It does have a nice deep pocket clip. So if you like deep carry, which I do, this works well, right? So when this sits down in your pocket, it cuts off, you know, it hangs about that deep right there. So all you're really seeing is the top of this thing, which I prefer. I mean, people can see the pocket clip. Yep, I know that. I just don't like stuff sticking up out of the top of my pocket. That's just a personal preference. So the clip has worked fantastic for me. I know it's a simple thing. It's easy to slide in and out, but it has enough grip that it doesn't move once it's set in there, if that makes sense at all. So I like that. The activation switch is right here on the side, and it has three functions: low, medium, and high. I think the highest output is like 1,350 lumens, something like that. Don't hold me to it. It's pretty bright for just normal usage. If that's accurate, hey, that's a bit above and beyond my Wedge. Now, I don't know if you can see this. Low, right? Medium, high. So you have all three of those right there. The Wedge, as you guys probably know, if you have one, has this little rotating wheel on the side. So you have basically a low and a high. And let's compare the high here. You can see the high beam on both of these, quite a bit different, maybe you guys could hear it. Can y'all hear that? That's the tactile features of this little side switch that you use to activate this thing. So just like that. If you noticed when I did that, there were three little LED lights that lit up on the side, giving you an indication of how full or how charged the battery is, right? You can simply push this little button. I don't know if you noticed that earlier. There's a little button on the side here, right? Your normal activation switch, you have a little button here. You can push that also, and it'll show you I'm at 3 out of 4. I'm about a 75% charge. I've been using this thing heavily for probably 4 or 5 days, I would guess. So it's held up pretty well in terms of a charge goes. Simple USB-C charging, so that's going to fit most of your cables you probably already have there. Charges super fast, holds the battery a long time. Let's get into the other features real quick because I'm dragging this out. So you've already seen the white light, low, medium, and high. If you activate your light, and let's keep this on low beam for a second, and you push that button one time, let me show you here. All right, you can notice it goes to a laser pointer. So you have a laser feature on this thing, which I use all the time. All right, so laser feature. So that's the second function. I use this thing when I'm teaching classes, just pointing out stuff that people need to see. I teach it, and that's, we're talking PowerPoint, classroom, auditorium, whatever the case. The other times that I use it are even teaching out on the range, or if we're teaching tactics or something and you're pointing out environmental features or you're doing something of that nature. It's easy to draw somebody's eyes to something that you're looking at if you're using this. Now, that is a very niche type application. I understand that. I'm a nerd. I like tools and I like things that make my job easier. So I find that very beneficial. The third feature that it has, or the third function, is going to be, let's see, we're still on laser. Let's hit it one more time. You probably can't see this. It's a UV light. You can see a little purple hue there. So it has a black light or UV light feature. Now, I don't know what you're going to use that for, and it probably has limited application. But for me, we live out in a rural area. There are a lot of scorpions out here, and guess what? They glow green under a UV light or a black light. So I use this. My kids use them. We have other ones, right? We use those to navigate around and look for scorpions. We don't like scorpions. I do not like getting stung by a scorpion. If I can identify one of those and get it out of my area of concern or remove it or do whatever needs to be done, I'm going to do that. So it's just one of those things. It's nice to have, and I like the feature. It doesn't add anything weight-wise, and it could add some weight. I have no idea. It doesn't seem like it, because when I compare it to the Wedge, I think this is a hair heavier than the Wedge. And it's interesting because if you look at the two, let me back this up. The EDC17 is a shorter overall length than the Wedge, okay? So it does have a shorter overall length. It's slightly wider. I would say the thickness is roughly the same. Of course, I'm not getting too technical here, so don't hold me to this. It's roughly the same. The pocket clip runs a little bit deeper. That makes sense. It doesn't sit deeper into the pocket, but the overall length of the clip is a little bit longer than on the Wedge. So, I'm a pocket clip type person, so I like it to work well and to sit how I like it to sit in my pocket. So yeah, that's a nice feature. It does have some knurling, some texture built into the top or the front of it. The sides do have these little ridges as well, which add a little bit of grip, if you want to call it that. I find that when I grab it out of my pocket, it actually just kind of falls into my hand naturally, and my thumb goes right to where the activation switch is. So I really like that. It just seems very intuitive and easy to use. I will mention one other thing as well. Whenever you have this thing turned off, if you just want to use the laser function, it is easy to grab it. Just hit the button. It's like the default setting for this laser. Without turning anything on, you can just hit the button and activate the laser. So you can pull it out, just hit the button and go at it. So if you're teaching or if you're using it in some sort of a formal setting, you don't have to have it on the whole time. Push the button, activates, let off the button, it deactivates. So that's super nice. What else on this thing? Yeah, that's about it. I mean, it has a lot of output. It's more than sufficient for utility and what I use it for. The black light or the UV, maybe a little bit of a limited application there. I find a use for it. The laser, I use it all the time. I'm not going to complain there. So I think this is roughly the same cost as the Streamlight Wedge. Don't hold me to that. I do think it's about the same cost. You get some extra features there in terms of the laser and the UV light. So for me, as it sits right now, rest in peace, Streamlight Wedge, gone but not forgotten. It's just going in my drawer. I'm sure I'll use it again, but I haven't found anything that I dislike on this one yet to discontinue carrying it. So I'm going to keep carrying it for a while. Again, I've only had this for several weeks, so I don't know if it's going to have any failure points, you know, after I put some time into it, but I'm going to use it every day like I carried the Wedge. From daylight to dark, I have it clipped in my pants pocket, and if there's anything that pops up that is an issue, I'll be sure and cut another video and let you guys know. But as of right now, it's going to replace my Wedge. I'm going to be carrying this in the near future, and hopefully it holds up because I really like what I've seen so far. So I'll throw an affiliate link down below, and if you guys decide to buy one of these, it'll help us out, maybe earn us a penny or two. And yeah, we'll see what happens with this thing. Thanks for checking in. We'll catch you later.